The weatherman said it's going to be a sunny Sunday, so let's use our sun oven and make some meatloaf. I thought I'd show you my setup for my sun oven. I got this cart for I think $15 at a garage sale, and it's on wheels, so I can easily turn the cart to whatever direction the sun is, and it has nice storage space underneath too, so this really works well for me in the sun oven. I'm making a double batch, so you can cut this in half if you only want to make one. Got here 2 cups of ketchup, 4 slightly beaten eggs, fresh from the chickens, 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 pound of ground pork, and this is a 1.5 cups of milk. And usually I use saltines, but I didn't have any, so I decided to try these Ritz Italian herb crackers. I thought they were normal Ritz, and believe me, they taste terrible with peanut butter on them. Anyway, so I thought I'd try them as cracker crumbs for this recipe. And then it's 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of onion. Here we have a couple dashes of pepper, a teaspoon of sage, and 2 teaspoons of salt. And mix them all together. We have the 4 beaten eggs, and yes, I'm going to use my hands. They're clean, and it's for my family. So, if you want to be very hygienic, you can use gloves. I don't. Now the milk. Saltines. Onion, our spice mixture. Okay, so now I'm going to finger combine these ingredients. It's pretty good. And we're going to add the meat. Here's the pound of pork. Now for the 2 pounds of ground beef. Okay, now we'll try to do it like this. You want to mix it up here. Okay? But you don't want to overmix. Done in just a minute. I have to use both hands here. Here's the consistency before you put it in the pans. I'm just using the pan that came with my sun oven. I don't have any granite ware loaf pans, but I plan on getting some. You don't grease the pan. Here it is when it's all put in the pan. Now you're going to combine the 1 cup brown sugar and the ketchup. And now you just want to stir it up. mixture over. And you're going to want to reserve some of it for sauce when you're serving the meatloaf. So, if you can see, there we go. The sauce is covering the top. Now it's time to put it in the sun oven. Well, when I started this morning, the weather report said it was going to be sunny all day and be 89 or 90 degrees. And like so often it happens in West Michigan, the clouds are moving in. I had the oven up to about 360, and look at it now. Right about, if you can see that, right about 200 degrees. So that's still enough to cook with, so I'm going to put the meatloaf in and maybe the sun will come back out. So I put the meatloaf in there, and because I opened it up, the temperature dropped. Let's hope it gets back up to 200. Looks like maybe we have some clear sky coming our way. I'll keep my fingers crossed. Meatloaf is in there. I took the cover off. I think it cooks better that way. Ooh, the sun's coming back out. This is great. Let's hope the temperature goes to in excess of 200. It's been about an hour and the temperature is now up to 250. I think it's going to have at least another hour yet. Well, I have to call it. Look at the clouds in the sky. I don't think we're going to see much more sun. Just made it up to beef rare for being in the solar oven, so I'm going to pop it in the regular oven until we can get it done for pork as well. Removing it from the oven, and it's finally done. I was disappointed that I had to finish this in the oven. If it didn't have pork, I probably could have finished it in the sun oven. But I was just afraid it would take too long to get to the required temperature, especially with the cloudy skies. But it turned out great finishing it in the oven. We also have garlic mashed potatoes, fresh beans from the garden, and Swiss chard greens, also from the garden, topped with an egg from the chickens. So it can't get much fresher than that. This is really, really good. Very, very moist. Delicious. I have to admit, I was disappointed. I really wanted to make my meatloaf completely in my sun oven. But I did learn some things. And the first thing I learned is I probably should have put it in at 10 o'clock instead of noon. Yeah, I wanted it to be done later, but I could have always warmed it up for supper. Here in Western Michigan, it's very unusual to have a completely sunny day without any clouds in the sky. However, more chance it seems like for sun in the morning and clouds in the afternoon. So I should have probably started it earlier. Also, if I would have had it in loaf pans as opposed to that bigger pot, I think it would have gotten done sooner. It wouldn't have been so dense. And if I wouldn't have added pork, I think it would have gotten done fine in the sun oven. But most of all, what I learned is never ever trust the weatherman. Oh yeah, and one other thing. Here in Western Michigan, you could not depend on cooking in your solar oven for survival. You have to have other methods. So this is Prepper Potpourri saying thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and share the knowledge.